On the first day of June, in the year 2025, Ukraine launched a highly ambitious and significant drone offensive known as Operation Spiderweb. This operation, meticulously coordinated by the Ukrainian Security Service, marked a new phase in the ongoing conflict, demonstrating an unprecedented reach into Russian territory. The primary objective was clear: to strike at the heart of Russia's strategic military aviation capabilities, targeting key airfields far from the Ukrainian border. This was not merely a retaliatory strike. It was a calculated move designed to degrade Russia's capacity to wage war and project power. The sheer audacity of attacking multiple strategic locations simultaneously, deep within Russia, sent ripples across the international community and signaled a growing sophistication in Ukraine's military operations, forcing a re-evaluation of perceived safe zones within Russian territory. The operation cast its net wide, hitting 4 crucial Russian military airfields. Among these was Olenya Air Base, situated in the Murmansk region on the Arctic Kola Peninsula. This northern bastion is critically important for Russia's strategic bomber fleet, often housing Tu-95 and Tu-22M long-range bombers capable of carrying nuclear payloads. Its geographical position allows Russia to project air power over the Arctic and North Atlantic, making it a high-value target. Another key installation hit was Belaya Air Base, located deep in the Irkutsk region of eastern Siberia. This base also serves as a home for strategic bombers, and its distance from Ukraine previously offered a sense of security, which Operation Spiderweb shattered completely. These strikes showed that distance alone no longer guarantees safety for Russian assets. Further south and west, but still deep inside Russia, the Dyagilevo Air Base in the Ryazan region also found itself under attack. Dyagilevo is significant not only for housing strategic bombers like the Tu-22M3 and Tu-95MS, but also for its role as a maintenance and training hub for Russia's long-range aviation command. Hitting Dyagilevo impacts not just the operational readiness of aircraft, but also the logistical support and pilot training pipelines. The fourth airfield targeted was Ivanovo Air Base, which is home to Russia's A-50 mainstay airborne early warning and control aircraft. These eyes in the sky are vital for coordinating Russian air operations, detecting Ukrainian aircraft and air defenses, and managing battlefield airspace, making them indispensable assets for the Russian military. The simultaneous targeting of these 4 geographically dispersed airfields underscores a complex level of planning and execution by Ukrainian forces. Each base plays a distinct but critical role in Russia's military infrastructure, from strategic nuclear deterrence and long-range conventional strikes to battlefield command and control. Olenya and Belaya represent the long arm of Russia's strategic bomber force, Dyagilevo its maintenance and operational depth, and Ivanovo its crucial surveillance and coordination capabilities. By striking these varied targets, Ukraine aimed to inflict multifaceted damage, disrupting current operations and creating long-term challenges for the Russian military's strategic air capabilities, effectively sending a message that no vital asset was truly beyond reach anymore, regardless of its location. The Ukrainian Security Service confirmed that a formidable swarm of 117 drones was employed in Operation Spiderweb, showcasing a significant scale of drone deployment. The method of attack was multifaceted and ingeniously planned to overcome Russia's extensive air defense network and the vast distances involved. Reports indicate that while some drones were launched from Ukrainian territory, capable of long-range flight, others were allegedly smuggled deep into Russia, possibly via trucks or other covert means. These drones were then launched from much closer proximity to the targeted airfields, significantly reducing their travel time and exposure to Russian detection systems. A tactic that speaks volumes about Ukraine's intelligence penetration and special operations capabilities inside enemy territory. A particularly striking aspect of Operation Spiderweb was the claimed use of artificial intelligence in some of the drones. According to the Ukrainian Security Service, these advanced drones were programmed to navigate autonomously and, crucially, to continue their missions and activate their warheads, even if they lost signal communication with their operators. This capability is a game-changer, as it mitigates the effectiveness of Russian electronic warfare measures designed to jam drone control signals. The use of artificial intelligence for terminal guidance and decision-making in such a complex, coordinated strike across multiple time zones highlights a remarkable leap in Ukraine's technological prowess in unmanned aerial warfare. allowing for greater precision and resilience in hostile environments. The primary targets of Operation Spiderweb were Russia's prized strategic bomber fleet, particularly the nuclear-capable Tupolev Tu-95 Bear and Tupolev Tu-22M backfire bombers. These aircraft are mainstays of Russia's long-range aviation, used extensively to launch cruise missiles against Ukrainian cities, infrastructure, and military positions from standoff distances. Beyond these bombers, the operation also aimed to damage or destroy other critical support aircraft. These included the Beriev A-50 mainstay surveillance aircraft, which provide vital airborne early warning and control, Antonov An-12 transport aircraft used for logistics, and Ilyushin Il-78 refueling tankers essential for extending the operational range of other aircraft, including the strategic bombers themselves. The selection of these specific aircraft types was highly strategic for Ukraine. Destroying or damaging the Tu-95s and Tu-22Ms directly reduces Russia's ability to conduct devastating long-range missile barrages that have terrorized Ukrainian urban centers and strained its air defenses. Taking out A-50 surveillance planes blinds Russian air operations, making it harder for them to coordinate attacks and defend against Ukrainian actions. Similarly, hitting transport and refueling aircraft cripples the logistical support necessary to sustain high-tempo air operations. Each successful hit on these assets not only degrades Russia's current offensive capabilities, but also imposes significant long-term costs for repair or replacement, impacting their overall military strength and strategic posture. Following Operation Spiderweb, Ukrainian officials were quick to announce significant successes. They claimed that the coordinated drone strikes had managed to hit a total of 41 Russian aircraft across the 4 targeted air bases. Furthermore, Ukrainian sources asserted that a substantial portion of these aircraft were irretrievably destroyed, while others sustained damage that would necessitate years of complex and costly repairs. The chief of the Ukrainian Security Service, Vasyl Malyuk, personally confirmed that Ukrainian forces had successfully struck aircraft at all 4 designated locations. To quantify the impact, Ukrainian estimates placed the total monetary damage inflicted on the Russian military at over a staggering $7 billion, a figure reflecting the high value of the strategic assets targeted. In contrast, official assessments from the United States, while still acknowledging the operation's success, presented more conservative figures regarding the extent of the damage. American officials suggested that Ukrainian drones struck as many as 20 Russian military aircraft. Within this number, they estimated that around 10 of these aircraft were destroyed. While these American figures are lower than Kiev's claims, they still represent a substantial blow to Russia's strategic air capabilities. The discrepancy in numbers is common in the fog of war, with both sides potentially having reasons to either inflate or downplay results. However, even the lower American estimate confirms a significant operational achievement for Ukraine, especially considering the depth and complexity of the attack. Crucially, the claims of damage were not solely reliant on official statements. Satellite imagery, released by commercial companies such as Maxar Technologies, provided independent visual evidence corroborating some of the reported destruction. Images dated as recently as June 4, 2025, clearly showed wreckage, significant burn scars, and visibly damaged or destroyed strategic bombers at both Belaya Air Base in Siberia and Olenya Air Base in the Murmansk region. This imagery confirmed hits on several bombers, lending credibility to the Ukrainian operation. Interestingly, some aircraft at these bases appeared untouched, but had unusual items like car tires placed on top of their fuselages and wings, possibly as a crude attempt at camouflage or protection against drone strikes. Russia's official response, as is often the case, sought to downplay the severity and scope of the attacks. Moscow acknowledged that bombers were indeed hit, but only at 2 locations: the Irkutsk region, which is Belaya, and the Murmansk region, which is Olenya. Russian authorities claimed that any fires resulting from the drone impacts were quickly extinguished and that there were no casualties. They also stated that Ukraine had unsuccessfully attempted to strike 2 other air bases in western Russia and another in the Amur region in the Far East, possibly to deflect attention from the confirmed hits. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov confirmed that President Putin was updated on the situation in real time and was awaiting the results of a full investigation into the incidents. One of the most profound implications of Operation Spiderweb is the demonstrated capability of Ukraine to penetrate deep into Russian territory. The drones successfully reached targets thousands of kilometers from the Ukrainian border, striking locations like eastern Siberia, which were previously considered completely safe havens for Russia's strategic assets. This deep strike capability effectively erases the notion of a secure Russian rear, forcing Moscow to reconsider its air defense posture across its vast territory. The psychological impact on the Russian military and leadership, knowing that even their most distant and valuable bases are vulnerable, cannot be overstated. This event reshapes the strategic geography of the conflict significantly. The sophistication of the operation also marks a critical development. The simultaneous coordinated attacks across multiple time zones involving a large number of drones point to advanced command and control capabilities. Furthermore, the alleged use of artificial intelligence in some drones to overcome electronic warfare and ensure mission completion even without constant operator signal indicates a significant technological leap for Ukrainian forces. This level of sophistication in drone warfare, moving beyond simple reconnaissance or loitering munitions to complex AI-assisted strike packages, suggests that Ukraine is rapidly innovating and adapting its strategies to counter a numerically superior adversary, leveling the playing field in innovative ways. The impact on Russia is multifaceted. Beyond the material losses of valuable aircraft, Operation Spiderweb represents a significant blow to Russia's military prestige and its image as a major military power. The ability of Ukraine to strike at the heart of its strategic bomber force potentially affects Russia's capacity to conduct long-range cruise missile strikes against Ukraine, which have been a cornerstone of its campaign. The pressure on Russia to respond was evident when, in a subsequent phone call, President Putin reportedly told former American President Trump that Russia will have to respond to these drone strikes, with Russian officials adding that military options are on the table, signaling potential escalation. Ultimately, many defense analysts view Operation Spiderweb as more than just a successful military operation. They see it as a vivid illustration of the future of modern warfare. It showcases the increasing potential of relatively low-cost, indigenously developed and technologically advanced unmanned systems to successfully target and neutralize high-value, heavily defended strategic assets. The operation underscores a shift where precision, reach and adaptability, often enabled by drones and artificial intelligence, can challenge traditional military hierarchies and doctrines. This event will likely accelerate the global development and deployment of sophisticated drone technologies and counter-drone measures, fundamentally altering how nations prepare for and conduct future conflicts.
So hit that subscribe and ring that bell too, for history's wonders waiting for you. Billy at Works, let the knowledge ignite, exploring the past with all of our